Hey everyone, welcome back. Duffy here again with you with my lovely wife Lori back behind the camera. Guess what? I'm going to do trading cards number 3. Decided to change the venue a little bit. Decided to show off a little bit of my books, a little bit of my videos. I don't have any room to show the chess set, but that's okay. I'll set that over there. So, this past weekend, we went down to Denver again. We braved the I-25 corridor from northern Colorado down to Denver. Our daughter and her husband wanted to go see the Denver Art Museum, so we took the whole group and checked that out. Saw the Norman Rockwell exhibit along with some other great pieces of work, and the kids wanted to go back to 5280s on Broadway. So while there, we had to pick up some more trading cards. And our free one this time is, we got Venom here from Marvel. So what did we grab this time? I try to get everything new, something we haven't seen before, but I do have one I had to get again, but we'll get to that here in a second. So to start off with, I will start with the newest, go back to the oldest. So the first one I've got, I've got a good date on this one. This is from '93. This is Starlog, which is a science fiction magazine. I think it's still in production. And this one has a 9-card pack with randomly inserted Space Fantastic promo cards or holograms. So they cover a lot of sci-fi movies, TV, that kind of stuff. And let's see what we got. We have... it's just an ad plus a list of stuff. I'm not sure where everything is at. Ooh. Oh, that's awesome. Good. It's a cover of one of the Starlogs with Christopher Reeve. That's Superman from Superman 3. Another one that's got the Battlestar Galactica original series, not the remake. Actually, there's going to be another Battlestar Galactica series. No big details on that yet, but they decided to reboot that one. This one we have on the cover, Indiana Jones from the Temple of Doom, and up in the corner, the Supergirl. I kind of like this set. Then we have from the cover, we got Mark Hamill from from Empire Strikes Back. Who do we got? Oh, awesome. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Terry Gilliam's film. Oh, I've got this movie still. Picture of Emilio Estevez and Anthony, crap, what's his name?
Hopkins?
Anthony Hopkins, thank you, from the movie Free Jack. Kind of a cult following on that one. Oh, we can't get away without having Sigourney Weaver and Aliens. And then Lou Gossett Jr. from Enemy Mine on the cover. So that covers Starlog magazine. Now, last video number 2, I had grabbed a Desert Storm card set, and I mentioned that there was a Vietnam. Well, I did grab one. So this is Vietnam. It's actually printed in Canada, so it has Canadian French on there. So we'll go through it real quick. We have the last Huey when they're coming through to the crap. What is it? Well, they're in the city getting Americans out. Picture painting of Ho Chi Minh. A lot of facts on the back. I'm not going to go through them, of course. Leaders assassinated. Ace of Spades, the death card. Bad luck. These are more interesting than the Desert Storm Tunnel Rats. I need to go through and actually look at some of the details on the back, what they're talking about. Of course, I know quite a bit about this anyway, but and then search and destroy. And that's it for the Vietnam cards. It's a very different feeling emotionally than the Desert Storm. So up next, we have two that Lori picked. The Nightmare Before Christmas. So we'll go through these real quick. There's not as much as we grabbed last time. We had grabbed quite a lot.
And no gum so far.
And no gum so far, but I know there's some here later on. Had to pull out the handy dandy pocket knife. I do like keeping the wrapper, so I try not to destroy them too much. So we have a couple that, oh, they're like playing cards. So these are these are interesting. They're kind of like, I guess, Magic, one of those playing games. Talks about, that one's about the accordion player, Jack Skellington here, discovery anything deceased. So I'm not going to go through them too deeply, but each one has a character on there, some traits, some traits, and then like a small picture. I'm not going to get to them in too deep. We'll check out the second one here. It's going to be the same thing, of course. Here we have the bass player, Beryl, the mayor, Corpse Dad, Mummy Boy, and then Santa Claus. But I'm not going to really worry about showing each one. It's hard enough to see as it is. That'll just go in our collection. Up next, I found out there's a movie novel. I'm not sure when it was released, but you can pick it up on Amazon. It's called The Official Rocky Horror Picture Show Movie Novel. So we are talking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show, of course. I'm not sure when this was actually released or in print. Oh, come on. So we have some pictures here. That's from creating of Rocky. On the back says "Making a Man." Ooh, I like this one. Frankenstein Place. Mr. Tim Curry as Frankenfurter. Meatloaf as Eddie.
Again?
Again. Called I Love You Too. And then the last card is Nice Going, Janet. Kind of fun. It's alright. Alright. There's a movie, an alien movie, it happened on Earth, kind of like District 9, but before District 9. What happened?
I bumped the camera.
You bumped the camera. It was called Alien Nation, and from that movie spawned a series. So we have some screenshots from Alien Nation, the movie, or the TV series.
Look at that hair. It's awesome.
One of the scenes from there. Mandy Patinkin, I think that's how you pronounce his name, actually played Francisco in the movie, next to James Caan. These, at least in my opinion, aren't any scenes that I recognize from the TV show, but that's okay. Alright. Up next is the repeat. I love Dune. It's supposed to be coming out this December. I had to get another one because I love the movie so much. And yes, there is some gum. I'm not eating it.
It looks healthier than the last one, though.
Oh, and it's got a sticker on here, so we have Duke Leto. And it says Duke Leto and Friend, which is the dog. but it tore the top here. Paul and Jessica crash in the desert, so it's just screenshots from the movie. The Atreides ship's landing in Arrakeen. Jessica, Paul, and Stilgar. Ooh. The Navigator reveals himself there in the Emperor's presence. Sardaukar, and it looks like the Beast Raban. They will find this Muad'Dib harvester is destroyed by the Great Worm. Fade lashes out at Paul. Again, Sting has Fade. And a picture of a spotter. Battle rages outside of Arrakeen. And then picture of the battle. So I wanted to show this. Where'd it go? This is my little pride and joy of Dune. This is Frank's first book, Dune, but it's a nice pressed book version of the Easton Press. So it's a little leather bound. I love this thing. And if it wasn't for the movie, I wouldn't have picked up the book at all. So set that there. All right, next we got a TV series from 1978. Something I watched a lot as a kid, along with Battlestar Galactica, and that's Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. So we'll open that up, and this one feels like it's got a little piece of gum in here too. And it's all broken. Well, not too bad, but...
We talked to the owner, and he said he tried one from 1978, and they also had the same reaction.
Here come the Earth Forces. So some scenes from the movie. Wilma Deering. Captain Buck Rogers himself, Gil Gerard. He still does, well, now with COVID, but he still does shows. It says, "Come on, Princess, let's boogie." It's not a great screen cap, though. Some are good captures, some are not so great. This is a sticker of Colonel Deering. It's a little bit better picture of the princess. Landing Bay. Buck Rogers with Twiki, who is voiced by Mel Blanc. Computer Council, another one with Buck and Twiki. And this one says Felix Silla as Twiki. He's the guy that actually performed as Twiki and not necessarily gave the voice. So that's the Buck Rogers. That one's not too bad. The reason we get this, the reason we're showing this is just to show the history. A lot of folks as kids and teenagers, maybe even now, they collected baseball cards, football cards, hockey cards, that kind of stuff. But they also had stuff for the movies. They had some for groups. I just picked up some for, ended up being a complete set of Queen, the Babies, Kiss, and Village People. It was all one set. And I thought it was maybe just all Queen. It's kind of cool to have. But you know, it's just a piece of history. And we're fortunate that 5280s has been able to find these cards. Of course, they have a lot more than what I've been showing in these past 3 videos. But you certainly need to go down and check them out. A couple other great shops in that area that you need to check out as well. There is a retro shop that's next door. Picked up a great shirt. Some other odds and ends, you need to check it out. Our last 2 are of the same thing. Back in 1977, of course, everybody knows that Star Wars hit the big screens, and Paramount Pictures says, "Do we have anything we can compete with?" And of course, someone says, "Yes, we have Star Trek." Of course, Star Trek the motion picture didn't do as hot in the theaters as Star Wars did. But they gave it a second shot, and of course we now have Wrath of Khan, which is still probably the best Star Trek movie ever. But this one I enjoyed. I saw it as a kid when it came out. I enjoy it still today, even though it can be kind of boring. I love the soundtrack. So we have a nice picture of Kirk and Spock with the Enterprise, and it says Alien Menace. And then on the back, not that you can really see it, the lighting's not that great. It just talks about James Doohan, of course, who played Scotty. Here's this trivia for Scotty. If you ever watch the old episodes, you'll always see him hold his right hand like this. He will always press buttons with his left hand, and the reason is because he was in Normandy during World War II, and he got his middle finger, and I'm not meaning to flip anybody off, but he got his middle finger shot off. So he was kind of embarrassed that people might, you know, wonder what's going on. So he never really showed it, and he didn't really get to see it until Star Trek 3, when they stole the Enterprise, and he gave the Doctor some chips from the Excelsior. So that's the first time he actually got to see him without him hiding it. Next we got Mr. William Shatner here. That's towards at the beginning of the movie. So we have Decker and Ilea. Kind of the same based off, well, they're the basis for William Riker and Deanna Troi. Another one of Ilea. And Ilea again. Ooh, we got a peel-off sticker of Decker. And of course, speaking of Jimmy Doohan, we got Scotty of the Enterprise. Here's another bit of trivia. We have a Klingon here. That's actually played by Mark Leonard, who also played Spock's father, Sarek. And speaking of Spock, and then Scotty down in engineering with the warp core. And we have one more. I had to get two because I love Star Trek that much. I'm losing them all over the place. So we have another repeat of Kirk and Spock with the Enterprise, and another one of, God, I hope this is not just a complete repeat. Oh man. Oh, we got a peel-off sticker of James Doohan. This is interesting. I don't know if you can see it. This is when the probe, the lightning thing, is on the bridge. Well, what you're seeing there is actually a raw photo from filming, and that's actually the light rig that they used to help light everything as it moved around the bridge, and they put special effects in later. So that's kind of cool. Another one, Jimmy Doohan at the bridge. Another one, the Enterprise, Mark Leonard. That's a different one. And then about the same with, we have another Spock like that. So there's some doubles that we have of that one. Disappointed in that regard. I was hoping to have a little bit more variety than that, but well, that's it for this time. I don't know when the next time is. We're going to be down in Denver to go to 5280s, but I do recommend anybody in the Denver area that comes to Colorado, visits Denver, visits 5280s. They got a lot more than just the trading cards. They got a bunch of toys and games and you name it from the 80s. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video and some of my other videos, our videos, since Lori's helping me out. And hope to see you soon. Take care.